There comes a time in your life when God steps in and begins to separate you from people, places, and situations that no longer serve your purpose. You may not understand it at first. It may feel like rejection. It may feel like loneliness, but it is not rejection. It is protection. It is not loneliness. It is preparation. When God removes certain people from your life, He is not taking something from you. He is setting you apart because your spirit is too pure for the darkness around you. You must understand that not everyone can go where God is taking you. Not everyone has the capacity to carry the vision that God has placed inside you. Some people were fine for a season, but they were never meant to walk with you forever. And when their time in your life is up, God will remove them, not to hurt you, but to preserve you. There are things that God has placed inside you, gifts, wisdom, revelation, that cannot be contaminated by the wrong environment. Some of you have been struggling with why certain relationships ended, why certain friendships fell apart, why doors you wanted to walk through suddenly closed. You prayed for clarity, but instead God gave you distance. You prayed for peace, but instead God gave you separation. He pulled you away not to punish you, but to protect you. Light and darkness cannot coexist. Oil and water do not mix. There are people in your life who are comfortable living in compromise, but God has called you to a higher standard. There were places you used to go, conversations you used to entertain, habits you used to have, but now the spirit within you is uncomfortable with those things. That discomfort is a sign that God is separating you. Do not resist the separation. Do not chase after the people that God has removed. Do not cry over friendships that could not withstand the weight of your calling. Some people walked away because they could not handle the purity of your spirit. Some turned against you because they were intimidated by your growth. Some relationships ended because the darkness in them could not stand the light in you. When God sets you apart, it is because He is preparing you for greater. He is aligning you with people who will pour into you, not drain you. He is positioning you in places where you will be celebrated, not tolerated. He is surrounding you with those who carry the same fire, the same pursuit or purpose. You were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to blend with the crowd. You were called to stand out. You were chosen to shine. Let those who cannot handle your light walk away. Let those who resent your purity remove themselves. The people who are meant to walk with you will recognize the anointing on your life and will not be threatened by it. What God is doing in you requires separation. Embrace it. What God is birthing in you demands purification. Surrender to it. And when the process is complete, you will see that what you thought was a loss was actually your greatest gain. You will see that the people who left could not have stayed. You will understand that the pain of separation was the price of elevation. God has called you higher. Do not look back. Do not shrink to fit into places you have outgrown. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Walk boldly in your purpose. Stand confidently in your calling. Trust that the God who separated you is also the God who is preparing you for something far greater than you could ever imagine. There are moments in life when separation feels painful, confusing, even unfair. But what if I told you that the very thing you are grieving over is actually God's way of protecting you? Sometimes the people you are holding on to are the very ones pulling you away from your destiny. Sometimes the relationships you are desperate to keep are the ones slowly contaminating your spirit. And because you do not see it, because you do not recognize the damage being done, God steps in and does what you will not. He separates you. You may have wondered why certain people suddenly turned against you, why someone who once cared about you became distant, why you were left out, ignored, or pushed aside. It wasn't because you did something wrong. It wasn't because you weren't good enough. It was because your spirit could not stay in an environment that was slowly suffocating the calling inside you. God saw what you did not see. He heard conversations you were never meant to hear. He knew intentions that were hidden behind smiles. And rather than allow you to remain in a place that would destroy you, he pulled you out, sometimes gently, sometimes abruptly, but always with purpose. If you knew what he was protecting you from, you would not question the separation. If you understood the traps that were being set against you, the words being spoken behind your back, the hidden motives of those who claim to love you, you would not fight to stay where God has already rescued you from. He separates you not as punishment, but as preparation. Not as rejection, but as redirection. And though it may feel like loss, it is in fact divine intervention. Too many people fight to hold on to what God is trying to remove. They try to keep friendships that drain them, relationships that manipulate them, environments that stunt their growth, and all the while their spirit is restless. That is the whisper of God saying, this is not where you belong. That uneasiness is his way of showing you that there is more, that there is better, that where you are is no longer in alignment with where he is taking you. Do not grieve the loss of what God has removed. Do not chase after those he has allowed to walk away. If they could leave, it means their part in your journey is over. If they turned against you, it means they were never truly for you. And if the door closed, it means it was never your door to walk through. Separation is not something to fear. It is something to trust, because when God removes, he also restores. When he separates, he also elevates. And when he protects, he is always preparing you for something greater than what you were willing to settle for. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay. Some people were sent for a season, not a lifetime. They walked with you for a time. They stood beside you for a chapter, but they were never meant to go with you to the next level. And when that season is over, God will separate them, not because they are bad people, but because their role in your journey has been fulfilled. One of the greatest mistakes people make is trying to hold on to everyone they started with. They believe that loyalty means keeping people in their lives even when the relationship no longer serves its purpose. But the truth is, when God is moving you forward, some people cannot come with you. They do not have the capacity to handle what God is about to do in your life. They do not carry the vision, the discipline, or the spiritual strength to walk where you are going. And if you try to take them with you, they will become dead weight, slowing you down, pulling you back, keeping you tied to a place God has already called you to leave. There are people who were fine in your past season, but will be a hindrance in your next. There are friendships that were necessary for your growth at one point, but now they would only keep you stuck. You may have shared great memories with them, but you cannot let nostalgia keep you attached to something that is no longer aligned with your future. When God separates you, it is because he sees what you cannot see. He knows the weight of your calling. He understands the cost of your purpose. And he removes those who are not equipped to walk with you into the promise. Do not waste time trying to convince people to stay who were never meant to go further. Do not try to explain yourself to those who do not understand your calling. Some people will misunderstand your journey, and that is okay. Some will criticize your growth because it makes them uncomfortable with their own stagnation. Some will even resent the fact that you are moving forward while they remain in the same place. Let them go. Your destiny is too important to be delayed by those who are unwilling to grow with you. When you look back at your life, you will realize that the people who left were never meant to stay. The doors that closed were never meant to remain open, and the relationships that ended were never meant to last forever. Trust the hand of God in your life. If he allows someone to walk away, it means their part in your story is over. If he closes a door, it means he has a better one prepared for you. Do not hold onto what God is calling you to release. Because the ones who are meant to walk with you, the ones who are assigned to your destiny, will recognize your purpose and will not be intimidated by your growth. They will not try to hold you back. They will push you forward. They will not drain you. They will pour into you, and they will not walk away, because they are meant to go all the way with you. Light and darkness cannot exist in the same place. When God has placed something pure inside of you, when your spirit carries a divine assignment, you will find that not everyone can handle your presence. There are people who will be uncomfortable around you. Not because you have done anything wrong, but because your spirit convicts their darkness. They will reject you, criticize you, or even try to pull you into their ways, not because they dislike you, but because they cannot coexist with the light you carry. One of the greatest struggles in life is letting go of people who were once close to you, the ones you laughed with, shared your heart with, trusted with your secrets. But what if I told you that their departure was necessary for your elevation? What if I told you that God allowed them to walk away because they had already served their purpose in your life? There are people who were meant to be part of your journey, but only for a season. They were sent to teach you something, to help you grow, or to push you closer to God. But when their time is up, God will remove them, not because they are bad, not because they did something wrong, but because their assignment in your life has been completed. The problem is, many people try to hold on to what God is trying to take away. They fight to keep relationships that have already expired. They cling to people who no longer align with their destiny. And in doing so, they delay their own progress. You have to understand that when God separates you from someone, it is not rejection, it is redirection. He is leading you to a place where your spirit can thrive, where your purpose can unfold without restriction. But as long as you keep looking back, as long as you keep trying to bring people with you who were never meant to stay, you will never step into the fullness of what God has for you. Think about this. When a plane takes off, it reaches a point where it can no longer carry unnecessary weight. If it holds on to too much baggage, it will never reach its destination. In the same way, there are some people who were fine in your past season, but are too heavy for your next level. Their presence in your life will slow you down. Their mindset will conflict with the new vision God is placing inside of you. And if you try to hold on, you will find yourself struggling with burdens that were never yours to carry. That is why God steps in and allows them to walk away. Sometimes he will even create situations that force separation. Things will no longer feel the same. Misunderstandings will arise. Doors will close. And you will wonder why. But what if I told you it was his way of protecting you? His way of setting you apart for something greater. You may not see it now, but later you will realize that every separation was a setup for elevation. Do not mourn over people who left. If they were assigned to your destiny, they would still be here. If they truly belonged in your future, nothing could have removed them. But the fact that they are no longer in your life means they were not meant to go further with you. It means their time in your story has ended. Instead of looking back with regret, look forward with expectation. Because when God removes, when he takes something away, it is only because he is making room for something better. Trust the separation, trust the process, and most of all, trust that what is coming is greater than what was left behind. Sometimes the reason you feel alone is not because you have been abandoned, but because you have been set apart. God has placed something inside of you that cannot mix with everything around you. You may have tried to fit in, to blend with the crowd, to walk with certain people, but no matter how much you tried, something inside of you always felt different. That is because you were never meant to be like everyone else. You were never meant to walk in the same direction as the world. You were chosen, you were called, and with that calling comes separation. God does not separate you to hurt you. He separates you to elevate you. There are places he wants to take you, things he wants to reveal to you, but he cannot do that when you are surrounded by the wrong company. There are people whose voices have been too loud in your life, drowning out what God is trying to tell you. There are distractions that have kept you from focusing on the vision he has placed inside of you. And because he loves you too much to let you settle, he begins to strip away everything and everyone that does not align with where he is taking you. At first, it feels painful. It feels like rejection. You wonder why certain people stop calling, why relationships that once felt so strong suddenly fell apart. But what if I told you it was not rejection, but protection? What if I told you that God was not punishing you, but preparing you? There are things he wants to do in your life that require separation. There are lessons he wants to teach you that can only be learned in isolation. Because when you are surrounded by too many voices, you cannot hear his. When you are too connected to the wrong people, you cannot walk fully in his presence. Look at the pattern throughout history. Whenever God was getting ready to do something great in someone's life, he first separated them. He called Abraham away from his father's house. He took Joseph out of his family and placed him in a foreign land. He sent Moses into the wilderness before bringing him back as a leader. Every time God wanted to elevate someone, he first isolated them. Why? Because there are certain things that can only be revealed in solitude. There are spiritual depths you can only reach when you are alone with him. If you are feeling alone in this season, do not fight it. Do not rush to fill the void with people who do not belong in your future. Do not try to reconnect with relationships that God has already removed. Instead, embrace the separation. Lean into the process. Let God do the inner work in you so that when the time comes, you will be ready for what he has prepared. Because the loneliness you feel now is not permanent. It is a transition, a transformation, a divine preparation for something greater than you have ever imagined. Some people were never meant to see your value. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you give, no matter how pure your heart is, they will never truly appreciate you, not because you are lacking, but because their vision is too small to recognize the greatness within you. When God has placed something rare inside of you, not everyone will understand it. Some people will mishandle you, take you for granted, or even reject you because your light exposes what they refuse to confront in themselves. Do not be discouraged when people fail to see your worth. Do not allow their blindness to make you question what God has placed inside of you. Some people were never meant to recognize your value because if they did, they would try to control it. They would try to keep you small, keep you dependent, keep you in a place where you doubt yourself. That is why God had to separate you. That is why he had to remove you from certain relationships. Because if you had stayed, you would have continued lowering yourself to fit into places that were never meant to contain you. Think about this. Gold does not lose its value just because someone fails to recognize it. A diamond does not become worthless just because it is buried in the ground. Its worth remains, even when it is overlooked. In the same way, your value does not decrease just because certain people were too blind to see it. The right people, the ones God has assigned to your destiny, will recognize you. They will see your heart, your potential, your purpose. They will not need you to prove yourself or shrink yourself just to be accepted. They will appreciate you for who you are, not for what they can take from you. When God separates you, it is not a loss, it is a gain. He removes the people who cannot see your worth so that he can bring the ones who do. But as long as you keep chasing after those who rejected you, as long as you keep trying to prove your value to those who refuse to acknowledge it, you will never walk in the fullness of what he has for you. Stop trying to convince people to appreciate you. Stop waiting for them to validate you. If they could not see your worth when you were in their life, they will not see it now. Let them go. Let God elevate you to a place where you are honored, where you are cherished, where you are seen, not as an option, but as a divine gift. Because the moment you stop seeking validation from the wrong people is the moment you step into the confidence of who God created you to be. Sometimes the people you thought would stand by you forever are the very ones who turn against you. They talk behind your back, betray your trust, and act as though you never mattered. And when that happens, it is easy to feel hurt, to wonder what you did wrong, to ask why God allowed such pain. But what if I told you that their betrayal was not meant to destroy you, but to push you into your purpose? What if I told you that God allowed them to walk away because their presence was blocking what he had in store for you? Not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a season, and when that season ends, God allows them to reveal who they truly are. He allows their true intentions to come to the surface, not to break you, but to free you. Because if they had stayed, their presence would have become a hindrance to your destiny. There are some doors that cannot open until certain people leave. There are some blessings that cannot manifest until certain relationships are removed. And sometimes the only way for God to take you higher is to let those who cannot handle your growth walk away. It is painful when the people you trusted the most turn against you. It is painful when the ones you would have done anything for prove that they were never really for you. But instead of seeing it as a loss, see it as a lesson. God is showing you who truly belongs in your life and who does not. He is removing the people who only pretended to be with you so that he can surround you with those who genuinely support you. The ones who betrayed you thought they were hurting you, but in reality, they were setting you free. They were releasing you from attachments that were never meant to last. Look at Joseph. His own brothers sold him into slavery, thinking they were destroying his future. But what they did not realize was that their betrayal was the very thing that positioned him for greatness. If they had never rejected him, he would have never ended up in Egypt. If they had never betrayed him, he would have never become the ruler God destined him to be. What seemed like the greatest betrayal was actually the greatest setup for his destiny. God sees what you cannot see. He hears the conversations you were never meant to hear. He knows the hearts of those around you, even when they wear masks of kindness. And because he loves you, he will not allow you to stay connected to people who secretly wish for your downfall. You may have thought they were your friends. You may have believed their words, trusted their intentions, and shared your dreams with them. But God knew the truth. He knew that if he allowed them to remain in your life, they would eventually hinder your progress. They would become a weight around your spirit, keeping you from rising into your purpose. So what does God do? He separates you. Not because he wants to hurt you, but because he wants to protect you. He saw the jealousy that was hidden behind their smile. He saw the resentment that they covered with compliments. He saw their secret competition with you, even when they acted like they supported you. And because he saw what you could not, he began to remove them. Slowly, subtly, sometimes in ways you did not understand. One day the conversation stopped. The invitations ceased. The connection faded. And you wondered why. You questioned what went wrong, but nothing went wrong. Everything went right. God was protecting you from what you could not see. When God separates you from people, he is not asking for your opinion. He is executing his divine plan. He is answering prayers you didn't even know you needed to pray. He is shielding you from relationships that would have drained you, misled you, or kept you in cycles of frustration. You may feel lonely, but you are not abandoned. You may feel isolated, but you are being insulated. God is building a wall around you, not to keep you away from people, but to keep you safe from the wrong ones. Think about it. How many times have you looked back and realized that someone you thought was for you was actually against you? How many times have you later discovered that a person you once trusted was speaking against you? That is why God had to separate you before the damage could be done. He did not want you to find out the hard way. He did not want you to suffer betrayal before recognizing the truth. Instead, he stepped in and removed them before their presence could poison your future. Do not mourn what God has removed. Do not chase after those he has already exposed. The same God who took them away is the same God who will replace them with people who will honor you, cherish you, and walk with you in truth. He is making room for the right connections, the right relationships, the right friendships that will elevate you, not drain you. You may not understand it now, but in time you will see that his separation was his protection. What you thought was rejection was really his divine intervention. Some people will only love you as long as you fit into their expectations. The moment you start growing, the moment you start rising, the moment you begin to walk in your divine calling, their attitude towards you changes. They once called you a friend, but now they see you as a threat. They once celebrated you, but now they compete with you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your elevation exposes their insecurity. God saw this before you did. He knew that if he allowed you to stay in that environment, your growth would be stunted. He knew that if you remained connected to those who only loved a limited version of you, you would be forced to shrink yourself just to keep their approval. But you were not created to shrink. You were not designed to stay small so others can feel comfortable. So God stepped in. He separated you, not to punish you, but to set you free. Because where he is taking you, there is no room for jealousy, no space for competition, no place for those who secretly resent what he is doing in your life. Some people were fine with you as long as you stayed at their level. But the moment God started elevating you, they became uncomfortable. They started questioning your success, doubting your intentions, even accusing you of changing. But you did not change. You evolved. You did not become arrogant. You became aware of who you are in God. And because they could not handle your transformation, God had to remove them. You cannot afford to dim your light just to make others feel secure in their darkness. You cannot afford to stay in circles where your growth is seen as a threat instead of a testimony. God did not call you to be tolerated. He called you to be celebrated. And that is why he had to separate you. Because if you had stayed, you would have continued apologizing for your success. You would have kept questioning whether it was right to walk in your purpose. But God does not want you to question. He wants you to walk boldly in what he has given you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk about you. Let them distance themselves. It is not your job to make people comfortable with your calling. It is not your responsibility to convince them that you are still the same person. Because the truth is, you are not. You are growing, and growth requires separation. If a tree never lets go of its dead leaves, it cannot make room for new ones. In the same way, if you hold on to people who can no longer walk with you, you will never fully step into the new season God has for you. So do not grieve over lost relationships. Do not cry over those who walked away. What left your life was not meant for where God is taking you. And what he has prepared for you is greater than what you had to let go. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected. You are not losing. You are gaining. And in due time, you will see that this separation was necessary for your elevation. God does not take away without replacing. He does not remove without restoring. If he separated you from certain people, it is because he is making room for the right ones. He is not just taking something away. He is preparing something greater. And though it may feel like loss right now, in time, you will see that it was actually gain. What you thought was abandonment was actually an answered prayer. What you saw as rejection was really his redirection. You may not understand it yet, but trust this. God is too wise to make mistakes and too loving to let you settle for less than his best. Sometimes we hold on to people simply because they have been in our lives for a long time. We assume that longevity equals loyalty, but time does not always reveal truth. God does. And when he separates you from someone, it is not about how long they have been in your life, but about whether they are meant to go where he has taken you. Some people were only assigned to a chapter of your story, not the whole book. And if you insist on dragging them into your next season, they will become a weight instead of a blessing. They will hinder you instead of helping you. They will resist your growth because they were never meant to be part of your destiny. God is very intentional. When he removes people, it is never random. It is always purposeful. You may have thought they were supposed to walk with you forever, but God knew they were only there for a season. They had a role to play, and now that their part is over, he has taken them out of your life to make room for those who will push you forward, not hold you back. You are not losing friends. You are gaining clarity. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. The people God brings into your life will not compete with you. They will complement you. They will not tolerate you. They will celebrate you. They will not secretly resent your growth. They will encourage it. This is why God had to make room, because he could not bring the right people into your life while you were still surrounded by the wrong ones. Look ahead, not behind. What left you was never meant to stay. What remains is what is truly meant for you, and what is coming will be greater than what you thought you lost. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is clearing out what is no longer needed so that he can position you for something far greater. Stay patient, stay faithful, and trust the process. You may not see it yet, but one day you will look back and realize that everything that happened was working together for your good. Everything God does is intentional. He does not separate you to harm you. He separates you to elevate you. What may feel like loss today is actually preparation for something greater tomorrow. Do not mourn what God has removed, and do not try to hold on to what he has already taken away. If he allowed certain people to walk out of your life, it is because they were never meant to stay. Trust the process. Trust his wisdom. Trust that he sees what you cannot see. The people he is bringing into your life will align with your purpose, not distract you from it. The relationships he is preparing for you will nourish your spirit, not drain your soul. And the path he is leading you on will take you higher than you ever imagined. Keep your heart pure, your faith strong, and your eyes fixed on him. You are not alone, and you are not forgotten. What he has for you is greater than what you had to let go. And when you step into the blessing he has prepared, you will look back and realize that every separation was necessary for your transformation. Stay patient, stay faithful, and watch how God turns every loss into a divine setup for your destiny. There are moments in life when people hurt you, betray you, and leave you broken. It's a harsh reality, but you must understand something. The pain they put you through is not your burden to carry forever. God has a plan, and he's watching, and he's a just God. Every act of injustice, every wound they've inflicted on you will not go unnoticed. You see, people may try to break you down, to silence your voice, to make you question your worth. But they forget one very important thing. You are a child of God. You were created with purpose, with strength, and with a destiny that no one can alter. They may think that their actions will go unpunished, but the law of sowing and reaping is real. What they sow, they will reap. The seeds they planted in your life of pain, betrayal, and brokenness will grow, and they will be the ones to face the consequences of their actions. When people hurt you, they are only setting themselves up for a return on what they have given. You don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to fight back. God has a way of dealing with those who have wronged you. His justice is higher than anything you can do with your own hands. He will repay, he will restore, and he will bring everything into alignment with his perfect will. What they meant for evil, God will turn around for good. It is in your silence, in your strength, in your perseverance that God is working. When they watch you rise above their attacks, when they see you keep moving forward, despite their attempts to tear you down, they will realize that they are fighting against something much greater than they ever imagined. They are fighting against the power of God in you. Understand this, you don't have to lower yourself to their level. You don't need to get angry or bitter. You have to stand firm in your faith, knowing that God is taking care of everything. The pain they cause you is not for nothing. It is being used to shape you, to mold you into someone greater, stronger, and wiser than before. And as you rise, the consequences of their actions will fall back upon them. Trust in the process. Trust in the justice of God. Trust that the pain they put you through will come back to them, and it will not be your concern. God is in control, and he will make sure that everything is set right. Stay faithful, stay strong, and watch as God moves on your behalf. You are not alone, and you will not be defeated. The enemy may try to knock you down, but he will never keep you down. God is lifting you up, and the day is coming when they will see it. Let your enemies wonder why you're still standing. Let them watch as you keep rising higher, stronger, and more unstoppable. Because the pain they put you through is coming back to them, and it's not going to be what they expected. The justice of God is perfect, and it will prevail. Pain is temporary. The speech highlights that the pain caused by others is not something that will last forever. It will not define you or keep you down for long. God's justice, it emphasizes that God sees all injustices and will repay those who have wronged you. You don't need to seek revenge because God's justice is more powerful. You are not alone. The speech reassures that even when people hurt you, you are not abandoned. God is with you and he is watching over everything. God's plan for you, it reinforces the idea that you are created with purpose and that no one can alter the destiny God has set for you, no matter what they try to do to hurt you. Let God fight your battles instead of fighting back. You are encouraged to trust in God's ability to handle the situation. He will make everything right in his perfect timing. Sowing and reaping, the principle of sowing and reaping is introduced. What others sow in your life, they will eventually reap. The actions of others will come back to them. Rising above the hurt, it calls for strength in the face of adversity. You are encouraged to rise above the pain and continue moving forward despite what others have done to you. Strength in silence, silence and perseverance are powerful tools. Instead of reacting in anger or bitterness, maintaining your peace and faith is a testimony of your strength. Unstoppable destiny, lastly, it assures you that no matter how hard others try to break you, they cannot stop your destiny. You will continue to rise and your enemies will be left to wonder how you keep moving forward. The pain you are feeling right now is not the end of your story. It may seem overwhelming, and in those moments it might feel like it will last forever. But I want you to understand something powerful. The pain they've inflicted upon you is only temporary. It has a purpose. It has a reason, but it does not have the power to define your life. You may feel as though you've been pushed to your limits, that the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But remember this, every storm eventually passes. No matter how fierce the winds may blow, no matter how dark the clouds may seem, the sun will shine again. And in the same way, the pain you're facing right now will not last forever. It has come to test your strength, to refine you, and to make you into someone more powerful, more resilient, and more grounded than you were before. It may feel like you're walking through a valley, but that valley is not your home. You will not stay there forever. In fact, the pain is merely a season in your journey, a chapter in a larger story of victory, healing, and restoration. God never allows pain without purpose. Every difficult moment you face is shaping you into someone capable of overcoming any challenge. Though it may seem as though the pain is never ending, keep moving forward because that pain will eventually give way to a breakthrough. You are being prepared for something greater. The struggle you are facing now is building in you the strength, the endurance, and the character needed to carry the blessings that are on their way. And when you look back on this moment, you will see that the pain served its purpose. It will not define you, it will not break you, and it certainly will not last forever. It is simply a temporary obstacle on your way to greatness, a moment in time that will soon be behind you as you continue to rise above it. Hold on, stay strong, because the end of this pain is closer than you think, and the new season of peace, joy, and victory is coming. You must understand that when people hurt you, betray you, or try to bring you down, they are not getting away with it. It might feel like they've won or that their actions have caused lasting damage, but I want to assure you that nothing escapes God's sight. He sees every unjust word, every unkind act, and every moment where you've been wronged. God is a just God, and he operates on a higher level than any of us. His justice is perfect, and it will prevail. While the world may seem indifferent to your pain, while it may feel like the people who hurt you are going on with their lives as if nothing happened, you must trust that God has seen it all, and he will not allow them to escape the consequences of their actions. The law of sowing and reaping is inescapable. It is a universal truth, a principle that operates whether we acknowledge it or not. What people sow, they will reap. Those who have sown betrayal, pain, or deceit will eventually reap the fruit of their own actions. You don't need to seek vengeance or fight back. You don't have to lower yourself to their level. God has a way of dealing with those who wrong you in ways that are beyond anything you could ever imagine. His justice is more powerful than any form of retaliation, and he knows how to handle those who seek to harm his children. When you feel like they've gotten away with it, when it feels like they're walking free while you carry the weight of their actions, remember that God has a plan. He is preparing to deal with them in his timing. It may not happen in the way you expect or on the timeline you've created, but trust that God's timing is perfect. The consequences of their actions will come back to them. They will not escape the harvest of what they've planted. It is not your job to make things right. It is God's, and he will make sure that justice is served. The greatest thing you can do is keep moving forward in faith. Keep your heart pure. Keep your mind focused on your purpose, and let God handle the rest. He is working behind the scenes, turning situations around and bringing everything into alignment with his perfect will. Trust in his justice, trust in his wisdom, and know that while you may not see the immediate results, God is at work. What they thought they could get away with will come back upon them in ways that they could never have predicted. The pain they cause you is not forgotten by God, and it will not go unaddressed. In those moments when it feels like the world has turned against you, when it seems like the people who should have had your back have betrayed you, it is easy to feel isolated and alone. But let me remind you of something profound. You are never alone. You may walk through valleys, you may face struggles, and you may feel like no one understands the depth of your pain, but in truth, God is right there with you every step of the way. He is the one who sees the unseen, who knows the heart of every situation, and who is working behind the scenes to ensure that you are not forsaken. Even when it feels like no one else cares, God cares. Even when the people you've trusted have let you down, God will never let you down. His presence in your life is constant, unchanging, and unwavering. He walks with you through your darkest moments, strengthening you, guiding you, and holding you up when you can no longer stand on your own. You are his child, and he will never abandon you. You see, God is always at work in the midst of your pain. While others may turn away, he will never leave your side. When you feel weak, his strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel lost, he is your guide. He knows exactly where you are, what you're going through, and what it will take to get you through it. His love for you is unwavering, and his commitment to your well-being is unmatched. In those moments when it feels like you are walking this path alone, trust that God is your constant companion. He is working things out for your good, even when you cannot see it. You may not always understand why certain things are happening or why certain people have turned their backs on you, but you can rest assured that God is still in control. He has a plan, and he is using every situation, even the painful ones, to bring about his perfect purpose in your life. You may feel like the whole world has turned against you, but know this: God's love never fails. His commitment to you never wavers. And no matter how abandoned you may feel, he is always there, right beside you, leading you toward victory. You are not alone. God is with you. And he will always be with you. You were not created by accident. You are not a product of chance. Every single part of you was designed with purpose, with intent, and with divine destiny. The world may try to make you feel insignificant, or others may attempt to diminish your value, but you must understand that you are a unique masterpiece in the eyes of God. No matter what has happened to you, no matter what others have said, your worth is unshakable because it comes from your Creator. He created you for something greater than you can even imagine, and no one can alter the purpose He has placed on your life. God's plan for your life is not subject to the whims of people around you. They may try to manipulate you, hurt you, or bring you down, but their actions do not have the power to disrupt the divine purpose God has placed in you. You were made for greatness, for a calling that goes beyond the limitations of this world. You have been equipped with everything you need to fulfill that purpose, even when it feels like everything around you is falling apart. The pain, the struggles, the betrayals, they cannot remove the call that God has placed on your life. They may try to slow you down, but they cannot stop you because God's purpose will always prevail. In times of adversity, it's easy to question your worth. It's easy to think that maybe you're not as valuable as others say, or that your life doesn't have the meaning you once believed it had. But I want you to know that God's calling on your life is irrevocable. The gifts, talents, and abilities He has placed within you are there for a reason. They are there to serve the world, to bring glory to His name, and to move you toward the future He has planned for you. Even when others try to tear you down or make you feel less than, remember that you were designed for a purpose far beyond the hurt and the pain. God sees you for who you truly are, not the broken version others might try to define you by. You are His creation, and nothing that has been done to you can ever change the fact that He created you with greatness in mind. You may not always understand the journey, and you may not always see the steps ahead, but trust that God has a divine plan for your life, and He is positioning you exactly where you need to be. The people who try to hurt you are just obstacles in the way, but they cannot prevent the destiny that awaits you. You were made for greatness, and no one can take that from you. You don't need to take matters into your own hands. I know it may be tempting to retaliate, to seek revenge, to make them feel the pain they have caused you. It's only natural to want to defend yourself, to fight back when someone has hurt you. But let me tell you something, the most powerful thing you can do is to let God fight your battles. God is not just a protector, He is a warrior in your corner, and His strength far surpasses anything you could muster on your own. When you let go of the need to fight back, you open the door for God to work on your behalf in ways you cannot even imagine. God's power is limitless. When you try to fight battles on your own, you are working within your own limitations. But when you trust God to fight your battles, you are tapping into His infinite power. He is the one who knows the hearts of men, the one who can see the motives behind every action, and the one who is capable of turning even the most unjust situations into something that will serve His glory and your good. Your fight is not against flesh and blood. It's against the powers of darkness that seek to destroy your peace, your joy, and your destiny. And God, in His sovereignty, is more than capable of dealing with those forces. He can handle the situations that you cannot, and He can do it far better than you ever could. What happens when you let God fight for you is that He works in ways that you could never have planned. He knows how to bring justice in His timing, how to reveal the truth in a way that will leave no room for doubt. His ways are higher than our ways, and His understanding is beyond our comprehension. While you may be tempted to take matters into your own hands and settle the score, God's plan is far greater. He will move in ways that will leave you in awe, turning situations around in ways you couldn't have imagined. The very people who wronged you will see that it is God who has delivered you, and they will realize that His justice is unshakable. Letting God fight your battles also means surrendering your need to control the outcome. It means trusting that God's timing is perfect and that He knows exactly what needs to happen and when. You don't have to worry about when or how the justice will come. Your job is to trust and obey. Your peace comes from knowing that God is at work, even when you don't see it. Instead of wasting your energy on anger, bitterness, and resentment, focus on your purpose and let God handle the rest. When you release the need for control and trust in His power, you free yourself from the burden of fighting battles that are not yours to fight. In the end, God's victory will be far greater than any victory you could achieve on your own. By stepping back and allowing God to take charge, you are demonstrating your faith in His ability to work in your life. And when you see the breakthrough, when you witness his justice unfold, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that his ways are better, his timing is perfect, and his power is unmatched. Trust him with your battles and watch as he does what only he can do. It's crucial to understand that everything you're experiencing, every setback, every betrayal, and every moment of pain is preparing you for something much greater. God never wastes a moment of your life. The hurt, the struggle, and the challenges you faced have not been in vain. They have been the tools, the shaping forces that are molding you into a stronger, wiser, more resilient person. Right now, you might not be able to see it, but these very experiences are creating a foundation for the future that God has promised you. Your pain has a purpose. It's easy to focus on the negative aspects of what you're going through. The disappointment can weigh heavily on your heart, and it might feel like you're stuck in an endless cycle of pain. But let me tell you, God is never out of control. He is allowing these challenges to refine you, to teach you lessons that you could never learn in a season of comfort. The pain you're enduring is shaping your character, building your endurance, and giving you the tools you will need to succeed in the future. You are being prepared for what's ahead. Your current struggles are the training ground for your future success. God is not just seeing your present situation. He is seeing the potential in your life that you may not even be able to recognize yet. He is preparing you to walk in your calling, to carry the blessings he has for you, and to stand in the places you've dreamed of. But in order to hold the weight of the responsibility and the promise that he has in store for you, he must first equip you. And that equipping comes through trials, through hardship, through those moments when you feel like everything is falling apart. It's through these trials that your faith is strengthened, your wisdom is increased, and your heart is molded into a heart that can withstand anything life throws your way. The challenges you face now are not the end of your story. They are just the beginning of the next chapter in your journey toward greatness. They are not signs that you are being abandoned or that you are not good enough, but signs that God is getting ready to promote you. Your ability to endure the pain, to rise above the obstacles, will be the very thing that qualifies you for what God has prepared for you. He is preparing you for a breakthrough, for a future that is filled with blessings, opportunities, and success. So don't give up when things seem tough. Don't lose hope when the road ahead appears uncertain. Instead, hold your head high, knowing that each step you take, no matter how painful, is bringing you closer to the person you are meant to become. You are being shaped, refined, and equipped for a future that is greater than anything you can imagine. God is preparing you for a victory that is just around the corner, and your current struggle is nothing compared to the rewards that await you. Keep pushing forward, keep trusting in his plan, because the best is yet to come. You must realize that what you have gone through, what you have survived, and what you have endured has not been in vain. Everything that has been thrown at you, every word, every action meant to harm or hurt you, has been allowed by God to strengthen your resolve, to sharpen your vision, and to deepen your understanding of who you truly are in him. Sometimes we face opposition not because we've done something wrong, but because we are on the verge of something extraordinary. The enemy always attacks what God is about to bless. And so when you face opposition, it is often a sign that a breakthrough is near. Every obstacle you've encountered has served to reveal your true character. When you are tested, when you are tried, when you are pushed to the edge, your true nature emerges. The pain reveals your resilience, the struggle reveals your strength, and the trials reveal your faith. It's easy to stand tall when everything is going well, but true greatness is forged in the fire of adversity. Your ability to rise above the negativity, to hold your peace in the midst of chaos, and to remain faithful when it seems like all hope is lost is what qualifies you for the greatness that is ahead of you. You may have felt like you were buried under the weight of your circumstances, but let me remind you that being buried is not the same as being defeated. When a seed is planted in the ground, it appears to be buried in darkness. But it is in the darkness that the seed is nourished, watered, and strengthened. It is in the darkness that it begins to grow, stretch, and reach towards the light. Similarly, your struggles, your pain, and your trials are not meant to destroy you, but to grow you. You are being prepared for a harvest that will come in its perfect time. Your strength comes from the very thing that was meant to weaken you. The people who have tried to tear you down, the circumstances that have made you question everything, are the things that are going to catapult you into your destiny. The hurt you have experienced will become the testimony that others will need to hear. The rejection you face will be the fuel for your motivation. What has been meant for harm, God will use for good. It will all work together to shape you into the person you are meant to be. When you have walked through fire, you come out purified, refined, and stronger than ever before. You are no longer the person you once were. The person you were before the pain may have been timid, afraid, or unsure of their worth. But the person you have become through this pain is strong, confident, and more aware of the power that resides within you. You have learned to trust in God, to rely on His strength, and to stand firm in the face of adversity. You have been prepared for a future where nothing can stand in your way. Understand this, the enemy cannot stop you. The people who have hurt you cannot stop you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You have been equipped with everything you need to rise, to overcome, and to move forward into the plans that God has prepared for you. Your victory is assured. God has seen every tear, He has heard every cry, and He has been with you through every trial. And now He is positioning you for a victory that will not only lift you, but will bless everyone around you. Keep moving forward because you are destined for greatness. When people hurt you, they are often acting out of their own insecurities, their own pain, or their own misunderstandings. It's not about you, it's about what they are carrying within themselves. People often lash out because they are broken, because they are struggling with things they have not healed from. The way they treat you is a reflection of their inner turmoil, not your worth. In fact, the more they try to break you, the more it reveals their own weaknesses. It's an unfortunate truth, but it is a truth nonetheless. When others cause harm or betrayal, it's often because they are trying to deal with their own unhealed wounds, their own fears, and their own inability to see their own worth. You, on the other hand, have chosen to rise above the hurt. You have chosen to walk in healing, to stand in grace, and to continue forward in faith. What they don't realize is that the pain they cause you does not define you. It does not diminish your value. You are not the sum of their actions. You are the sum of who God says you are. And who God says you are is unstoppable. You are a conqueror. You are more than a conqueror. And you are being prepared for something that they cannot touch or comprehend. When people hurt you, it's important to remember that their actions cannot diminish your future. No matter how much pain they try to cause you, their power over your destiny is limited. They may hurt you, they may try to tear you down, but what they don't know is that God uses everything for your good. Everything that has been meant for harm, God will turn it around for your benefit. When they hurt you, they think they are bringing you low, but what they are really doing is pushing you closer to your breakthrough. Every attack, every betrayal, every false accusation only serves to bring you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. You see, you are not dependent on the opinions or actions of others for your success. Your future is not determined by the way people treat you, but by the way you respond to them. When they hurt you, you have a choice. You can either allow their actions to define you, or you can choose to rise above it. You can choose to continue on the path of greatness that God has set for you, knowing that nothing can stop what He has ordained for your life. Every time someone tries to pull you down, you rise higher. Every time they speak negativity over your life, you grow stronger. You are not a victim of their actions. You are a victor in Christ. The pain they put you through is nothing compared to the purpose and destiny God has for you. When they try to hold you back, they only propel you forward into the future that God has planned for you. So don't be discouraged when they hurt you. Don't let their words or actions make you doubt your worth. You are being elevated every time they try to bring you down. Understand that their treatment of you does not have the power to take away what God has for you. God's promises are greater than their offenses. His plans for your life are far more significant than any betrayal or pain. And when you choose to respond with love, grace, and forgiveness, you are allowing God to move in ways that you could never imagine. You are allowing Him to handle your battles, to take care of the people who have hurt you, and to ensure that your destiny is not altered by their actions. Remember, the pain they try to inflict on you is coming back to them, not because you want it to, but because it is a principle of the universe. When you sow seeds of discord, when you sow seeds of hurt and pain, those very seeds will come back to you. It's not your job to make sure they face the consequences. That is God's responsibility. Your job is to keep moving forward, to keep rising above the pain, to keep walking in the purpose that God has called you to. In the end, it is God who will bring justice. It is God who will ensure that the scales are balanced. Your victory is assured, and the ones who try to hurt you will see that it is you who comes out on top. You will be the one standing tall with your heart intact, with your peace intact, and with your destiny on course. Let them try to hurt you because they cannot defeat the power that resides within you. When you go through difficult seasons, when people hurt you or betray you, it's easy to think that God has abandoned you. It's easy to question why you're facing these trials, why the people who hurt you seem to be getting away with it, and why it feels like the world is against you. But in those moments, you must hold on to the truth that God sees everything. He knows every tear that has fallen, every silent prayer, every moment of frustration, and every wound that has been inflicted on you. God is not blind to your suffering. He has seen it all, and he is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. What people meant for your harm, God is using for your good. This is a hard truth to grasp when you're in the middle of the storm, but you must believe it. There is a divine purpose behind every struggle. The pain, the betrayal, the hurt that you are enduring is not a punishment. It is a preparation. God allows these things to refine you, to mold you, and to build the character that you need for the next level of your life. These trials are not random. They are part of a divine design, and they are shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. Think about the moments in your life when you've been tested the most. Those have often been the moments where you've grown the most. You've learned patience, resilience, and strength. You've learned to trust in God's timing and to depend on his strength, not your own. What you may not have realized in those tough seasons is that God was building you for something greater, something beyond your comprehension. You were being prepared for a blessing, a breakthrough, and a victory that only those who have been through the fire can truly appreciate. When you are walking through pain, you might feel like the world is against you, but understand that you are not alone. God is right there beside you, carrying you when you can't carry yourself. He is with you through every trial, through every moment of hurt, through every setback. And what the enemy or others may have meant to break you, God will use to build you. Every painful experience you face is building a foundation for your future. Every setback is preparing you for a major comeback. Every betrayal is teaching you lessons about trust, discernment, and resilience. You might feel like you've been knocked down, but let me remind you that you are not defeated. When God is on your side, no one can stand against you. The trials you are facing are temporary, but the lessons they bring are eternal. What others intend to harm you, God will use to refine your character, your faith, and your purpose. The very thing that is trying to break you will be the thing that builds you. God is turning the tide in your favor. He is using every challenge to align you with the path that leads to the destiny he has set before you. The people who have hurt you or tried to destroy you might think that they have won, but they are mistaken. They cannot touch the favor of God on your life. They cannot destroy what God has already ordained. What they don't realize is that every attack they send your way is actually propelling you closer to your purpose. They may try to tear you down, but God will use it as a stepping stone for your rise. You are being positioned for something greater. The pain they cause you today will be a part of the victory story you tell tomorrow. So while they may think they are winning, God is in the process of turning things around for you. He is making sure that every injustice you face will be corrected, every wound will be healed, and every betrayal will lead to your elevation. God has your back. He has seen what you've gone through, and he will bring the full measure of his justice, his favor, and his blessing into your life. He is preparing you for a victory so grand that it will cause those who hurt you to witness your rise. So stand firm, stay strong, and trust that the pain you've endured is not for nothing. It's part of your preparation for the great things that are about to unfold. The truth is, there are people who think they can take advantage of your kindness, manipulate your trust, or even walk all over you without facing any consequences. They believe that because they have hurt you, because they have caused pain, or because they have wronged you, they can simply move on without any accountability. But what they don't realize is that God's justice is always at work, even when we cannot see it. You may never get the opportunity to confront them, to call them out, or to make them pay for the hurt they've caused. But rest assured, God is in control of all things, and he is fully aware of every injustice you faced. The reality is that what they think they've gotten away with, they haven't. God sees everything, and his sense of justice is far greater than anything we could ever hope to enact on our own. When people hurt you, God does not just look the other way. He does not allow their actions to go unnoticed. It may seem as though they are getting away with their behavior, but God's word is clear. Whatever a person sows, that is what they will reap. There is a divine law in motion, one that ensures every action, every word, and every deed will eventually come back to its source. The pain they have inflicted upon you, the lies they've told, the betrayals they've committed, all of it will return to them in due time. Not because you wish harm upon them, but because it is a natural consequence of the life they have chosen to lead. They have sown seeds of bitterness, hatred, and deception, and those seeds will return to them in ways they cannot avoid. When people hurt you and think they will get away with it, they are sowing into their own downfall. They are sowing into their own struggles and challenges, because what goes out will always come back. But here's the key. This is not your battle. You do not have to fight to make them pay. You do not have to waste your time trying to seek revenge or make them face the consequences of their actions. God will take care of that. His word says that vengeance belongs to him. And when he steps in to handle the situation, his justice is far more complete, far more thorough than anything we could ever do on our own. You must release the need for control and trust that God will make sure everything works out in the end. While they may seem to be living without consequences, understand that this is not the end of their story. They will have to face the repercussions of their actions just as we all do. And when they do, it won't be because of something you did or said, but because of the natural law of sowing and reaping. Their choices will come back to them in ways that will make them realize that they cannot escape the consequences of their actions. But even more powerful than this is the understanding that you, in the midst of all the pain, are being elevated. While they are facing the consequences of their actions, you are being prepared for a future of greatness. Your journey through the pain, your ability to rise above, and your decision to walk in forgiveness and peace are setting you up for a life of blessing and success. The more they try to hurt you, the more they try to tear you down, the more God is positioning you for a greater blessing. You will be the one who rises. You will be the one who is blessed beyond measure. You will be the one whose dreams come true, whose prayers are answered, and whose faith is rewarded. And as you stand in the place of victory, you will look back and realize that everything they did to try to stop you only served to push you closer to your purpose. The pain they caused you was the very thing that propelled you to your destiny. You will see that their actions were powerless against the divine plan God had for your life. You were always meant for greatness, and nothing, not even their hurt, could change that. So as you continue to move forward, trust that God will handle the justice. He will make sure that everything is righted, that every wrong is corrected, and that your future is secure. Your job is to stay focused, to stay strong, and to continue walking in your purpose. They can try to hurt you, they can try to break you, but they will never be able to stop the plan that God has for you. Your victory is assured, and as for them, the law of sowing and reaping will have its way. In conclusion, I want you to remember that every pain, every betrayal, every injustice you faced is not in vain. God sees it all, and he is working behind the scenes to bring justice, healing, and elevation into your life. The very things meant to break you are actually the things that will build you. While others may think they can get away with their actions, trust that God's justice is far more powerful than anything they can do. They will reap what they have sown, but you are being prepared for a future of greatness. Keep walking in faith, stay focused on your purpose, and trust that the God who is for you is greater than anything or anyone that could ever stand against you. Your victory is assured, and your time of elevation is coming. Keep your eyes on the prize, because the pain they put you through will soon return to them, but you will rise stronger, wiser, and more blessed than ever before. You were too real for them. In a world filled with facades, masks, and illusions, your authenticity shone like a beacon of light, drawing attention and sometimes criticism. Many will not understand your journey. They will not comprehend the depth of your vision or the purity of your intentions. But let me remind you, your authenticity is your greatest asset. The truth is, when you are genuinely you, you create a ripple effect. You challenge the status quo, and that makes some uncomfortable. They may try to fit you into their molds, but you cannot be contained. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. John 8:32. Your truth, the truth of who you are, is liberating. Embrace it fully, for it is the foundation of your purpose. There will be moments when people will dismiss your dreams, belittle your aspirations, or even walk away from your life. But do not despair. Remember that when they leave, they are revealing their own limitations, not yours. You are a child of the Most High, created for greatness. The Bible tells us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. This promise is your anchor. Do not let the world's rejection define you. Your value is not determined by others' opinions. Each time you stand firm in your authenticity, you inspire others to do the same. You become a catalyst for change. Remember, the oak tree stands tall not because it is like the willow, but because it is unapologetically an oak. There will be challenges ahead, times of doubt and discouragement, but in those moments, remind yourself of your purpose. Your authenticity has the power to heal and transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. When you share your truth, you create a space for others to be real, to be vulnerable, and to embrace their own journeys. So stand tall and be proud of who you are. Celebrate your uniqueness. Your journey may not always be understood, but it is yours and it is vital. You are not too real. You are precisely who you were created to be. Continue to shine brightly, for your light is a gift to the world. Trust in your journey, for you are exactly where you need to be. Keep moving forward and watch as those who doubted you are inspired by your strength and authenticity. You were made for this moment, and your realness will change lives. Your authenticity is a beacon in a world that often thrives on pretense and artificiality. When you choose to be genuine, you emit a light that cuts through the fog of societal expectations. This light draws attention, but it can also illuminate the insecurities of those around you. People are naturally attracted to truth. It resonates deeply within them. When you present yourself as you truly are, you empower others to shed their facades. Living authentically means embracing who you are, imperfections and all. It is a bold declaration of self-acceptance. Your journey and experiences shape your identity, and they hold immense value. When you stand firm in your truth, you challenge others to question their own authenticity. Your presence encourages them to reflect on the masks they wear and the personas they project. In this process, you become a source of inspiration. Your realness can evoke a spectrum of emotions in others. For some, it sparks admiration. For others, it might provoke jealousy or discomfort. This reaction is a testament to your power. When you are true to yourself, you create an atmosphere where others feel compelled to either confront their own truths or retreat into the safety of their illusions. The courage it takes to be yourself is contagious. It ignites a desire in others to pursue their own authenticity. Consider the impact you can have on those who feel lost or disconnected. Your authenticity offers them a mirror reflecting the possibility of a life lived without pretense. They see in you a path to liberation. By being real, you shine a light on their potential and open doors to conversations about vulnerability, strength, and the beauty of being unfiltered. In a society that often values conformity, your distinctiveness can serve as a catalyst for change. You challenge the narrative that one must fit into a particular mold to be accepted or loved. Your very existence speaks volumes about the importance of individuality. People may struggle to understand you because they have yet to experience the freedom that comes from being true to oneself. Your authenticity has the potential to spark revolutions in thought, prompting others to reconsider their definitions of success, happiness, and fulfillment. As you navigate your path, remember that your authenticity will sometimes be met with resistance. Those who feel threatened by your light may attempt to dim it. They might try to convince you that being real is a liability, but do not be swayed. Your authenticity is your superpower. It is your unique gift to the world, and it has the capacity to transform lives. Stand strong in your truth and allow your light to shine brightly. You were made for this. When you embrace your authenticity, you inherently challenge the status quo. The world is filled with norms and standards that dictate how we should act, what we should believe, and even who we should be. These societal expectations often stifle individuality and creativity, creating a landscape where conformity reigns supreme. However, your realness disrupts this narrative. It shakes the foundation of conventional thinking and forces others to confront their own beliefs and behaviors. Imagine stepping into a room where everyone is wearing a mask. Each person plays their role, adhering to the unspoken rules of engagement. Now picture yourself entering that space with unwavering confidence, fully embracing your true self. Your presence alters the dynamics of the room. People feel the weight of their masks as you reveal the power of vulnerability. You become a mirror reflecting their unspoken fears and aspirations. Authenticity invites scrutiny. It compels others to reflect on their own lives. When you dare to be different, you inspire those around you to question why they adhere to a certain way of living. Your journey becomes a catalyst for introspection, leading them to reconsider their own paths. They may ask themselves, why am I living this way? Is this truly who I am? In this moment of reflection, you empower them to break free from the shackles of conformity. This challenge to the status quo is not always comfortable. It can lead to discomfort and pushback from those who feel threatened by your realness. Some may label you as a rebel or an outcast, unwilling to conform to societal expectations. Yet this resistance is often a sign that you are on the right path. Your authenticity is provoking thought, igniting change, and challenging others to step outside their comfort zones. You may find that some individuals choose to retreat rather than engage with their discomfort. Their fear of facing their own truths may lead them to dismiss you or even criticize you. But let that not discourage you. Your realness is a light that guides the way for those willing to follow. You stand as a testament to the strength found in embracing one's true self. Consider the leaders, innovators, and visionaries throughout history who dared to be different. They faced opposition and skepticism, yet their authenticity led to transformative change. From artists to social reformers, their ability to challenge the norms created movements that altered the course of society. You too have the power to create waves of change simply by being unapologetically you. In every moment you choose authenticity over conformity, you affirm the value of individuality. You showcase the beauty of diversity, illustrating that our differences enrich the tapestry of humanity. Your courage to be real allows others to see the potential within themselves to break free from the limitations imposed upon them. Every time you step into your truth, you create a pathway for others to explore their own authenticity. You inspire them to question the narratives they have been told and the lives they have been living. Your journey becomes a source of hope, a reminder that it is possible to live fully and freely, unburdened by the weight of others' expectations. Through your authenticity, you become a transformative force in a world that desperately needs it. Embracing your truth is one of the most powerful acts of liberation you can undertake. When you understand your unique identity, you break free from the chains of expectation and societal norms. The essence of who you are cannot be replicated. It is your gift to the world. This understanding propels you into a space where you can live authentically, unapologetically, and without fear of judgment. The moment you acknowledge your truth, you open a door to profound freedom. It is in this truth that you discover your purpose. You become aware of your passions, strengths, and even your weaknesses, but instead of viewing them as limitations, you see them as part of a larger picture. You begin to understand that every experience, every struggle has shaped you into the person you are meant to be. This revelation is crucial in a world that often tries to box us into categories and labels. As you embrace your truth, you wield a remarkable power. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. John 8:32. This scripture encapsulates the essence of your journey. It speaks to the transformative nature of truth. When you acknowledge who you are, You release yourself from the need to conform, to please, or to fit in. This liberation allows you to walk boldly in your identity, leading others to do the same. Living in your truth becomes an act of defiance against a culture that often prioritizes superficiality. When you choose authenticity over approval, you invite others to join you in this courageous act. They begin to see that it is not only acceptable, but also necessary to embrace their own truths. Your journey encourages them to confront their fears and question the narratives they have accepted about themselves. They may realize that they too have been living a lie cloaked in the expectations of others. Consider the power of vulnerability that comes with living in your truth. When you share your story, your struggles, and your triumphs, you create a bridge of connection with others. You allow them to see that they are not alone in their experiences. Your willingness to be open invites conversations that may never have happened otherwise. You spark a movement of honesty and transparency where others feel safe to share their own stories. In the process of embracing your truth, you become a beacon of hope for those who feel lost or confused. Your authenticity serves as a reminder that it is possible to navigate life with integrity and purpose. Each step you take in alignment with your truth illuminates the path for others. They begin to see that they too can break free from the constraints that have held them back. Living in your truth requires courage, especially in a world that often rewards conformity. Yet the rewards of this journey are immeasurable. You gain clarity, strength, and resilience. You learn to trust yourself and your instincts. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity for growth. You emerge not just as a survivor, but as a warrior, someone who has fought through the chaos and emerged victorious. Remember, your truth is a powerful force. It has the capacity to change lives, starting with your own. By standing firm in who you are, you contribute to a larger narrative that celebrates individuality and authenticity. You become part of a legacy that encourages future generations to embrace their truths and live boldly. Your life becomes a testament to the incredible power of being real, inspiring others to follow suit. When you live authentically, you unleash a wave of change that reverberates far beyond yourself, transforming not only your life, but the lives of countless others along the way. When you walk your path of authenticity, you will inevitably encounter rejection, and it often speaks volumes about the limitations of those who cannot embrace your realness. Your journey forces others to confront their insecurities and question their own choices. While you are stepping into your truth, they may feel threatened by the light you shine. Instead of embracing your authenticity, they may retreat to the safety of their illusions, choosing to dismiss you rather than engage with their discomfort. This rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but rather an indication of their struggle to confront their own realities. It reveals their inability to step outside the confines of their comfort zones. You become a mirror reflecting back their fears and doubts. They see the possibilities of a life lived authentically, and instead of embracing that potential, they may choose to criticize or distance themselves from you. This response speaks more to their internal battles than it does to your character. Your authenticity has the power to provoke thought and inspire change, yet not everyone is ready to embrace it. Some people are comfortable in their complacency, and when you challenge that status quo, it can lead to discomfort. They may dismiss your dreams, belittle your aspirations, or even attempt to undermine your confidence. But remember, this reaction is not about you, it is about them grappling with their own fears of inadequacy and vulnerability. Embracing your truth means walking a path less traveled, a path where the road may be rocky and filled with obstacles. This journey requires resilience and fortitude, especially when faced with rejection. But do not let their doubts cloud your vision. Your value is not determined by their opinions. Each time you encounter resistance, remind yourself that your authenticity is a strength, not a liability. As you navigate these challenges, allow their rejection to serve as fuel for your fire. Use it as motivation to rise higher and push further. You are not meant to fit into someone else's mold. You are designed to carve your own path. Your realness can create a ripple effect, inspiring those who are open to change. While some may turn away, there will always be others who recognize the beauty and power in your authenticity. You might find that those who initially rejected you may eventually come back, seeking the very truth they once shunned. They may witness your growth and transformation, realizing that their fear kept them from experiencing the richness of life. As you continue to thrive in your truth, you become a living testament to the power of authenticity. You stand as a beacon of hope for those who are ready to shed their masks and embrace their true selves. In moments of rejection, seek solace in the knowledge that your journey is divinely ordained. You are walking a path that is uniquely yours, designed to fulfill your purpose. God's plans for you are greater than the opinions of those who cannot see your worth. Understand that you are destined for greatness, and the resistance you face is often a sign that you are on the right track. Let rejection motivate you to dig deeper into your purpose. Use it as an opportunity to connect with those who resonate with your truth. Find solace in communities of like-minded individuals who appreciate your authenticity and encourage your journey. Your realness can attract those who are also seeking to embrace their own truths, creating a powerful collective of individuals committed to living authentically. In a world that often prizes conformity over individuality, your realness stands out. Your courage to be true to yourself serves as a rallying cry for those who feel trapped in their own facades. Through your authenticity, you not only affirm your identity, but also pave the way for others to reclaim their own. Remember, the road may be challenging, but the rewards of living authentically are immeasurable. You were not made to be average. You were made to shine, to inspire, and to lead others toward their own journeys of authenticity. In the journey of authenticity, understanding that you are a child of the Most High is foundational. The recognition that you are crafted with purpose and intention instills a profound sense of value within you. The scripture, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11 is a powerful reminder of the divine purpose woven into the fabric of your being. You were created for greatness, and this greatness is reflected in your authenticity. When you truly grasp this truth, you begin to see that your uniqueness is not a flaw, but a feature of your divine design. You were not made to fit into a mold created by societal expectations or the opinions of others. Your individuality is a reflection of God's creativity. Embracing this allows you to walk confidently in your identity, knowing that you have a unique role to play in this world. Your authenticity becomes a powerful tool through which you can fulfill your purpose. Understanding that you are intricately designed by the Creator shifts your perspective on challenges and rejection. Instead of viewing these obstacles as setbacks, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Each trial becomes a stepping stone toward the fulfillment of your destiny. You recognize that God's plans for you are greater than any temporary discomfort you might face. You were created to thrive, not just survive. When you acknowledge your divine identity, you begin to realize the weight of the responsibility that comes with it. You are not only here to exist, you are here to impact the lives of those around you. Your authenticity inspires others to explore their own identities. You become a living testament to the transformative power of embracing one's truth. As you shine brightly, you illuminate the paths of others, encouraging them to pursue their own divine purposes. This understanding also fosters resilience. You are grounded in the knowledge that your worth is inherent and unshakable, irrespective of the opinions of those who may reject you. Their inability to recognize your value speaks more about their struggles than it does about your worth. You are not defined by their perceptions. You are defined by your identity as a child of God. When you internalize this truth, you become impervious to the negativity that may come your way. You learn to rise above it, understanding that you are part of a greater plan. Moreover, recognizing your identity in Christ empowers you to embrace your calling boldly. You begin to take risks, chase dreams, and pursue passions that align with your authentic self. The fear of rejection or judgment diminishes when you understand that you are walking in divine purpose. Your confidence is rooted in the knowledge that you are not alone. God walks with you every step of the way. This journey is not without its trials. You will encounter those who may not understand your calling, who may try to pull you back into the shadows of conformity. Yet you have the strength to stand firm. Your faith in God's plans allows you to navigate the storms with grace. Each challenge becomes a testament to your resilience and an opportunity to showcase the strength that lies within you. As you continue to embrace your authenticity, you become a source of inspiration for others. They begin to see the power of living in alignment with their divine purpose. Your journey encourages them to seek their truth and discover the unique gifts they possess. You create an environment where authenticity thrives, allowing everyone around you to flourish. Understanding that you are a child of the Most High instills a deep sense of confidence and purpose. You are not just another face in the crowd, you are a vital part of a grand design. Each moment you choose to live authentically, you affirm your divine identity and inspire others to do the same. You were created for a purpose that is far greater than you can imagine, and your realness is a vital part of that journey. Trust in the divine plan for your life and let your authenticity shine as a beacon of hope for all who encounter you. In a world teeming with comparisons and superficial standards, it is essential to understand that your value is not contingent upon the opinions of others. You are inherently worthy, crafted with intention and purpose. Society often tries to define our worth by external achievements, wealth, or popularity. However, true value emanates from within, rooted in your identity as a child of God. When you recognize this fundamental truth, you liberate yourself from the shackles of others' perceptions. Your unique identity sets you apart in a crowd. You possess qualities, experiences, and gifts that are unlike anyone else's. Embracing this individuality empowers you to stand firm in your worth. You become immune to the noise of negativity and judgment because you understand that your value is unshakable. When you choose authenticity over acceptance, you step into your power, declaring to the world that you are enough just as you are. As you navigate through life, there will be moments when others may attempt to diminish your worth. They may voice doubts, cast aspersions, or even ridicule your dreams. Their reactions often stem from their own insecurities and inability to accept someone living authentically. Their attempts to pull you down are reflections of their own struggles, not indicators of your potential. Recognizing this allows you to rise above their negativity and stay true to your path. Each time you confront rejection or criticism, remind yourself of your value. You were not created to fit into someone else's mold. You are uniquely designed to fulfill a specific purpose, and that purpose is not contingent on the validation of others. When you truly understand this, you begin to cultivate a profound sense of self-worth that cannot be easily shaken. You learn to validate yourself based on your intrinsic qualities, your passions, and the unique contributions you bring to the world. Living authentically also means surrounding yourself with individuals who recognize and celebrate your worth. Seek out relationships that uplift and inspire you, where mutual respect and admiration thrive. When you are surrounded by those who see your value, it becomes easier to embrace your true self. These relationships serve as a support system, encouraging you to pursue your dreams and stand firm in your identity. You find strength in community, knowing that you are not alone on this journey. As you embody your authenticity, you become a magnet for those who resonate with your message. Your confidence and self-assuredness attract like-minded individuals who appreciate your uniqueness. Together, you form a powerful network of support, encouraging one another to rise higher and pursue your passions unapologetically. Your value becomes amplified in this collective, where each person is empowered to embrace their individuality. True strength lies in your ability to remain grounded in your worth, regardless of external opinions. When you stand tall in your identity, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of hope for those struggling with their self-worth, showing them that it is possible to rise above societal standards and embrace their unique identities. In this journey, be intentional about nurturing your self-esteem. Invest time in self-reflection, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing the beauty within your imperfections. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and acknowledge the progress you make along the way. This self-awareness cultivates a healthy self-image, allowing you to navigate the world with confidence. Your authenticity is not just a personal journey, it is a call to action for those around you. When you embrace your worth, you create an environment where others feel empowered to do the same. Your journey becomes a catalyst for transformation, prompting those in your sphere of influence to recognize their own value and live authentically. Remember, you are not defined by the opinions of others. You are defined by your identity in Christ. You were crafted with intention, designed for greatness, and endowed with unique gifts. Stand firm in your worth and let your authenticity shine as a testament to the beauty of being real. As you continue on this journey, you will inspire others to seek their own truth, creating a ripple effect that resonates throughout your community and beyond. Your realness becomes a powerful force for change, encouraging all to embrace their intrinsic value and celebrate their individuality. In the journey of authenticity, it is essential to recognize the profound impact your realness has on others. When you choose to live authentically, you do more than just honor your truth. You pave the way for others to explore their own identities. Your courage to be genuine acts as a spark, igniting inspiration and encouraging those around you to confront their own fears and uncertainties. The world is filled with individuals who wear masks, concealing their true selves due to fear of judgment or rejection. Yet, when you step into your authenticity, you challenge that status quo. Your presence serves as a reminder that it is safe to be vulnerable, to be real. Each time you share your story, your struggles, and your triumphs, you create an environment where others feel empowered to do the same. You become a catalyst for change, encouraging those who may feel trapped in their facades to embrace their true selves. The beauty of authenticity is that it resonates deeply with others. When you speak your truth, you touch hearts and minds, sparking connections that transcend superficial interactions. People relate to vulnerability. They see themselves in your journey. They may have faced similar challenges, endured the same battles, or questioned their own worth. By sharing your realness, you create a bridge of understanding that fosters empathy and compassion. Your authenticity invites them to reflect on their own lives, inspiring them to break free from the constraints of conformity. Consider the profound effect your authenticity can have on those who feel lost or discouraged. Your willingness to share your journey can provide a glimmer of hope for someone who may be struggling to find their own way. They may watch you navigate obstacles with grace and resilience, and in doing so, they begin to see the possibility of their own transformation. Your realness ignites a fire within them, encouraging them to seek their own truth and embrace their unique identities. Furthermore, living authentically fosters a sense of community. As you embrace your truth, you attract individuals who resonate with your message. This shared journey creates a network of support where everyone uplifts and encourages one another. In this environment, authenticity flourishes, allowing each person to shine in their own unique way. Together, you form a collective that celebrates individuality, creating a safe space for exploration and growth. Your authenticity also prompts important conversations. By being open and honest about your experiences, you invite dialogue that can lead to greater understanding and healing. These conversations may not only empower those around you, but also challenge societal norms that promote superficiality. Your willingness to discuss your struggles encourages others to address their own, breaking down barriers and fostering connection. In a world that often prioritizes perfection, your realness is a breath of fresh air. You remind others that it is okay to be imperfect, that vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Your journey showcases the beauty of authenticity, illustrating that true fulfillment comes from embracing who you are, flaws and all. As you continue to live in your truth, you become a source of inspiration, empowering others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. Your realness has the potential to create a ripple effect. As you inspire those around you, they in turn inspire others. This cycle of authenticity can transform lives and communities, shifting the narrative from conformity to self-expression. Your impact extends far beyond yourself. It reverberates through the lives of those you touch. Ultimately, your authenticity is a gift not just to yourself, but to the world. By embracing your true self, you encourage others to do the same. Your journey serves as a reminder that we are all beautifully unique, each with our own stories, struggles, and strengths. As you continue to live authentically, you become a beacon of hope for those searching for their own identities. You show them that they too can rise above the noise, embrace their truth, and live boldly in a world that often tries to silence their voices. Your realness becomes a powerful force for change, inspiring a movement of authenticity that transforms lives one person at a time. Living authentically inevitably leads you to the realization that your journey is not a solitary one. It is intertwined with a larger purpose that transcends your individual experiences. Each step you take in embracing your truth contributes to a greater narrative, one that involves uplifting and empowering those around you. Your realness serves as a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration for others who are searching for their own paths. As you navigate your journey, it's essential to recognize that you have a role in shaping the world around you. The authenticity you embody sends a powerful message to those who encounter you. It speaks to the importance of being true to oneself, regardless of external pressures or societal expectations. When you choose to live openly and honestly, you challenge the norms that often dictate how people should behave, feel, or even dream. Your courage to be yourself encourages others to consider what it means to live authentically in their own lives. Your journey also serves as a reminder of the ripple effect that authenticity can have. When you live in alignment with your true self, you create a space where others feel safe to explore their own identities. Your willingness to share your struggles and victories inspires conversations that may not have happened otherwise. You ignite a dialogue about authenticity that resonates deeply, prompting individuals to reflect on their lives and the masks they may be wearing. As you share your journey, you illuminate the path for others, encouraging them to confront their fears and insecurities. Your authenticity gives them permission to be real, to shed the facades that have held them captive for too long. In a world that often glorifies perfection, your realness provides a refreshing perspective that it is not only acceptable but necessary to embrace one's flaws and imperfections. You remind others that vulnerability is a strength, a testament to the courage it takes to be truly human. Moreover, the impact of your journey extends beyond individual lives. It influences communities, workplaces, and even entire cultures. When authenticity becomes a collective value, it fosters environments where people feel valued for who they truly are. This shift leads to a culture of acceptance, understanding, and support. When individuals are encouraged to be authentic, creativity flourishes, collaboration thrives, and innovation is born. Your realness has the power to reshape narratives and redefine success, moving from superficial measures of worth to a deeper understanding of human connection and value. As you embody your truth, you become a role model for the next generation. Your journey teaches young people that they do not have to conform to societal expectations. They can pursue their passions, express their individuality, and chase their dreams without fear of judgment. You show them that greatness lies in embracing their uniqueness, and your authenticity becomes a guiding light, encouraging them to forge their own paths. In this journey, it is crucial to recognize that your realness is a powerful form of leadership. Authentic leaders inspire trust and loyalty. They create environments where people feel safe to share ideas and express themselves. Your ability to lead with authenticity allows others to see the value of being true to oneself. This form of leadership fosters collaboration, empowering individuals to work together toward a common goal while celebrating their unique contributions. Embracing your authenticity also invites accountability into your journey. As you live openly, you encourage others to hold you accountable to your values and principles. This mutual understanding fosters a culture of growth and development where individuals feel empowered to pursue their goals with integrity. Your realness creates an environment where honesty is valued and constructive feedback is embraced as a tool for personal and collective improvement. Every time you choose authenticity over conformity, you affirm your commitment to the greater good. You are not just living for yourself, you are living for those who may not yet have the courage to embrace their truth. Your journey serves as a testament to the power of authenticity, showcasing its ability to create connection, inspire change, and uplift communities. Ultimately, your realness weaves itself into the fabric of a larger narrative, one that encourages a movement of authenticity that transcends boundaries and transforms lives. As you continue on this journey, understand that your choices, your voice, and your authenticity matter. You are contributing to a legacy that celebrates individuality, courage, and truth, inspiring countless others to step into their light and embrace their authentic selves. Embracing your authenticity also means confronting the reality that not everyone will understand or appreciate your journey. In a world filled with conformity and the pressure to fit in, your realness can make others uncomfortable. It forces them to confront their own insecurities and the facades they have built around themselves. When you choose to be genuine, you may encounter resistance or even criticism from those who prefer the safety of the familiar. This is an important truth to acknowledge as it prepares you for the challenges that may arise. However, understanding that discomfort is often a catalyst for growth is vital. When you step into your authenticity, you not only challenge yourself, but also provoke change in the hearts and minds of those around you. Your journey becomes a mirror reflecting the reality of their own lives. By choosing to be real, you initiate a conversation about authenticity that others may have been avoiding. Your presence encourages them to examine their own lives and question whether they too are living in alignment with their true selves. You must also recognize that the discomfort you face from others can serve as an indicator of your impact. Your realness may evoke feelings of envy, fear, or resentment in those who are not yet ready to embrace their own truths. Instead of viewing this negativity as a setback, see it as a testament to the power of your authenticity. You are awakening something within them, a yearning for change, a desire for freedom, and a longing to break free from the chains of societal expectations. Navigating this discomfort requires a commitment to staying true to yourself, even when the world around you may be resistant. You must be unwavering in your pursuit of authenticity, understanding that you are on a divine mission to live out your purpose. This determination fortifies you against the criticisms that may come your way. When faced with negativity, remind yourself of the impact your authenticity has on the lives of others. Each time you stay true to yourself, you inspire others to confront their own fears and embrace their identities. Your journey toward authenticity will not always be smooth. You may face moments of isolation or loneliness as you walk a path that others may not understand. Yet it is within these moments that your true strength emerges. You begin to cultivate resilience, developing a deeper understanding of your identity and purpose. The trials you face become the crucible through which your character is refined. This process shapes you into a person of unwavering integrity, inspiring others to stand strong in their truths regardless of external pressures. As you navigate discomfort, it is crucial to practice self-compassion. Recognize that your journey is unique, and it is natural to encounter challenges along the way. Embrace your feelings, whether they are doubt, fear, or frustration, and use them as stepping stones toward growth. Remember that authenticity is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery. Each experience, positive or negative, contributes to your understanding of yourself and your purpose. Moreover, seek out communities and relationships that celebrate authenticity. Surrounding yourself with individuals who appreciate your realness creates a safe space for growth and support. These connections affirm your journey and remind you that you are not alone in your pursuit of authenticity. When you cultivate relationships with those who understand and respect your commitment to being real, you develop a strong support network that empowers you to continue your journey with confidence. Your authenticity serves as a powerful reminder that it is okay to be different. You are a unique creation designed for a specific purpose, and your journey is meant to inspire others to embrace their own differences. Each time you choose to be real, you pave the way for others to follow suit. Your courage acts as a beacon, illuminating the path for those who may still be trapped in the shadows of conformity. In embracing your authenticity, you are engaging in a radical act of self-love. You are honoring your true self and refusing to compromise your identity for the sake of acceptance. This commitment to being real not only empowers you, but also encourages others to embark on their journeys of self-discovery. You remind them that it is possible to break free from societal expectations and live a life that is true to their values and passions. Ultimately, the discomfort that comes with being authentic is a small price to pay for the profound impact your journey can have on others. By choosing to live openly and honestly, you become a catalyst for change in a world that desperately needs it. Your realness challenges the norms, inspires growth, and invites others to step into their truths. Embrace the discomfort, for it is a sign that you are living boldly, paving the way for a more authentic world. Your journey is a testament to the beauty of being real, and it has the power to transform lives, including your own. As you reflect on your journey of authenticity, remember that being too real for some is not a flaw, but a powerful testament to your strength and courage. Your willingness to embrace your true self amidst a world that often values conformity over individuality is a declaration of your identity. Each challenge you face and every moment of discomfort you encounter are not signs of weakness, they are stepping stones leading you toward a more profound purpose. You are a trailblazer, lighting the path for others who are yearning for the freedom to be themselves. Your realness has the power to break down walls, challenge norms, and inspire transformation in the lives of those around you. As you continue to stand firm in your authenticity, you embody the truth that your value is not determined by others' opinions, but rooted in your unique identity as a child of God. In your journey, embrace the understanding that not everyone will resonate with your truth, and that is perfectly okay. The discomfort you encounter is a reflection of your impact, challenging others to confront their own realities. Your commitment to being real inspires others to pursue their authenticity and fosters a culture of acceptance and empowerment. As you navigate your path, surround yourself with those who uplift and celebrate your uniqueness. Build a community that embraces authenticity, where vulnerability is seen as a strength and self-expression is encouraged. In this environment, you will find the support needed to continue thriving in your journey. Your authenticity is a gift to the world, a beacon of hope for those seeking to break free from the constraints of societal expectations. Stand tall in your truth, for it is a divine calling that resonates far beyond your own life. You are not just living for yourself, you are paving the way for future generations to embrace their identities without fear or hesitation. In the grand tapestry of life, your thread of authenticity weaves a beautiful narrative that inspires others to follow suit. As you embrace your realness, you become a catalyst for change, igniting a movement that celebrates individuality and fosters connection. Remember, being too real for some is a gift that can transform lives, and through your journey, you will continue to inspire others to shine in their truth. Let your realness shine brightly, illuminating the lives of those around you and creating a legacy of authenticity that echoes through generations. Your journey is just beginning, and the impact you will have is immeasurable. Embrace the beauty of being real, for in doing so, you not only honor yourself, but empower others to embrace their own truths. The world is waiting for your light. Let it shine unapologetically, and watch as it inspires a wave of authenticity that transforms lives. Walking away is never easy, especially when you've invested your heart, your soul, and your time into something or someone. Yet there comes a moment in life when you must make a bold and courageous choice. You see, every person deserves to be honored, valued, and appreciated. It is not pride to want acknowledgement. It is understanding your worth and the value God has placed within you. Your worth was established the moment God breathed life into your spirit, and nothing should make you forget that. But when appreciation is absent, something else begins to grow in its place. Disrespect. Taking someone for granted. It's subtle at first, but over time, it erodes the sense of purpose and value God gave you. Imagine a flower planted in a garden where no one cares to water it or give it light. That flower, though beautiful in essence, withers away. In the same way, you can't thrive in environments where your worth is neglected. Your life was designed to be fruitful, to blossom, to make an impact, but that cannot happen if you are constantly being devalued. When you are not appreciated, understand that it is not a reflection of your true value. The world has many who are blind to the greatness within others. They are quick to judge, quick to overlook, quick to underestimate. But your calling, your destiny is not determined by those who fail to see your worth. Sometimes God is using their lack of appreciation to reposition you for something greater. He may be protecting you from an environment that would hinder your destiny, or from people who would drain the very gifts He placed in you. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It is a mark of strength. It's a testament to the wisdom of knowing when to guard your spirit. It's knowing that you are accountable to the purpose God has given you. And if you stay where you are not appreciated, you are sabotaging that purpose. You're spending precious energy trying to convince others of what God has already confirmed about you. And that is a battle you were never meant to fight. God has already spoken over you, blessed you, and affirmed you. In life, you will meet people who will see you as ordinary no matter how extraordinary you are. You will enter spaces where your light will make others uncomfortable. But you must be willing to go where your light is needed, where your gifts are valued, and where your heart can flourish. Walking away means you are choosing to honor yourself as God has honored you. It means recognizing that you were never called to beg for the acknowledgement of man. You were called to fulfill a purpose that cannot be diminished by anyone's opinion. Value yourself enough to know when it's time to leave. Do not wait for things to change. Walk away when God whispers to your heart that there is more. There are people who will celebrate you, opportunities that will honor your talents, and spaces where your potential will be embraced. You were designed to be impactful, and that impact starts with knowing when to walk away from what doesn't serve you and walk toward what God has prepared for you. Listen to that whisper, honor your spirit, and trust that walking away can lead to the greatest breakthroughs in your life. Your worth is not something defined by the opinions or acknowledgement of those around you. It is established by God Himself. From the moment you were formed, He breathed His life into your being, placing value and purpose deep within your spirit. So when I say that everyone deserves to be appreciated, I mean that everyone deserves to be seen as God sees them. And that includes you. Wanting acknowledgement is not an act of pride. Rather, it is the recognition of what God has placed within you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, crafted with gifts and talents that are unique to your design. When you recognize this truth, you understand that it is not selfish to desire respect and appreciation. It's about honoring the divine investment placed within you. It's about knowing that your existence is purposeful, meaningful, and worthy of being cherished. We live in a world where people often look past the extraordinary within others. They may take kindness for weakness or overlook dedication as if it is something ordinary. But understand this, your value remains intact whether or not it is recognized by those around you. What God has declared over you cannot be undone by human oversight or indifference. Even when others fail to see the treasure that you are, God does. He values every aspect of who you are, and you must embrace this truth. You are worthy of appreciation, not because of what you do, but because of who you are in Him. So when you find yourself in a place where appreciation is absent, don't let that make you question your worth. Don't let that cause you to shrink or silence the gifts that God has given you. Instead, remind yourself of the undeniable truth you were created with purpose, and nothing can change the value God has embedded within you. Your worth is divinely ordained, and it doesn't waver based on human perception. When you remain in an environment where your worth is continuously overlooked, something deep inside you begins to erode. Appreciation is not just a nice gesture, it is an essential part of how human beings thrive. When you invest time, energy, and love into people or situations, but in return receive indifference or disrespect, it slowly drains your spirit. You may not notice it at first, but eventually the absence of recognition chips away at your confidence, your joy, and your sense of purpose. The danger of being in such a place is that over time, you may start to internalize the lack of appreciation. You might begin to doubt yourself, question your gifts, and believe that you are somehow unworthy of acknowledgement. This is a lie that seeps into your spirit, causing damage to the vision God has given you. You start to shrink back, hiding your light, dimming your voice, all because you are surrounded by people who don't see the greatness in you. But you were never designed to live like this. The Bible says that you are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Yet, how can your light shine when it's constantly covered? How can your flavor add richness to the world when you are always being diluted? Staying in a place where you are not appreciated is like allowing yourself to be planted in barren soil. Even the most resilient seed cannot grow in soil that refuses to nourish it. It is not prideful or selfish to seek appreciation. It is about living in an environment that allows your spirit to grow and your gifts to flourish. You were created for more than to simply survive in an atmosphere that disregards your value. Your potential is too great, your purpose too vital to be wasted in a place where you are continually devalued. Remember, it is not a small thing when respect and acknowledgement are missing. It impacts your ability to walk in the fullness of what God has called you to be. And if you stay too long in that space, it may even prevent you from stepping into the destiny God has prepared for you. So understand that the absence of appreciation is more than a momentary discomfort. It can become a spiritual and emotional chain that binds you. And you were made to be free, to live fully, to stand tall in the calling God has given you. Picture a vibrant flower planted in a lush garden. This flower has potential, beauty, and life within it. But if the gardener neglects to give it water, sunlight, and the care it needs, even the most beautiful flower will wither and lose its brilliance. It doesn't matter how much potential that flower had without the right environment, it simply cannot flourish. In the same way, your spirit is like that flower, designed to thrive, to bloom, and to bring beauty to the world around you. But if you find yourself in a place where there is no nourishment, where your contributions are ignored, and where your presence is taken for granted, the impact on your spirit can be devastating. God has planted greatness within you, a purpose meant to be cultivated and nurtured. Yet, how can you reach that purpose when the people or the places around you are not providing the essential elements that your spirit needs? Appreciation, acknowledgement, and respect are not luxuries, they are necessary nutrients for the human soul. You can only thrive in an atmosphere where your worth is recognized and your gifts are encouraged to grow. Imagine what happens when the environment you're in is the opposite. Your gifts go unnoticed, your efforts are minimized, and your contributions are overlooked. Over time, you become like that flower struggling to hold on to your vitality. You might feel unworthy, unseen, and undervalued. But remember, this is not a reflection of your true potential. The problem lies not with you, but with the soil in which you are planted. You were created to bring forth fruit, to make a difference, and to shine brightly. But if the environment around you keeps draining you instead of feeding you, you will never fully realize that potential. Staying in places that do not appreciate you is like expecting a plant to grow in darkness. No matter how hard it tries, it cannot defy the laws of nature. Likewise, no matter how strong your will is, no matter how resilient your spirit, you cannot thrive in a space that continually denies you the nourishment you need. It's not about being needy or demanding. It's about understanding the truth that God designed you to be valued and nurtured. Don't let yourself become a shadow of who you were meant to be because you're waiting for someone else to recognize your light. Your life is too precious, your purpose too important to let it wither away in a place that doesn't see your value. God has a garden prepared for you where you will be celebrated, where your potential will be watered, and where your spirit will shine. But first, you have to recognize when the current environment is not helping you grow. You have to be willing to seek out that place where your gifts are acknowledged and your soul can truly flourish. When you are not appreciated, it's easy to start feeling diminished, as if your worth depends on the recognition of others. But let me remind you, your value does not decrease just because someone fails to acknowledge it. Your worth was never meant to be determined by human standards or opinions. It was set by the creator of the universe, and it remains unchanging regardless of how people around you perceive or treat you. People might overlook your strengths or dismiss your contributions, but that does not make you any less valuable. Their inability to see your worth is a reflection of their limitations, not a measure of your true essence. You have to hold on to the understanding that your identity and your purpose are not defined by external validation. You are who God says you are, and He has already affirmed your significance. He called you His masterpiece, fearfully and wonderfully made. He declared your life to be meaningful and filled with divine purpose. It's natural to want others to notice the good you bring into the world. But when that recognition doesn't come, remember that it doesn't take away from who you are. A diamond doesn't lose its value if someone fails to recognize it as precious. Its worth is inherent, built into the very fabric of what it is. You are that diamond. Your gifts, your talents, and your unique presence carry a value that cannot be diminished, even if it goes unappreciated. This is why it's so important to understand that you don't need to conform to someone else's limited view of you. You don't have to perform or change who you are to win the approval of people who do not recognize your worth. Your life's calling is far too important to waste on trying to earn the acknowledgement of those who cannot see your God-given greatness. Instead, trust that God has already prepared places and people who will appreciate you for who you truly are. When you are overlooked or underestimated, use it as an opportunity to grow stronger in your understanding of your own value. Let it remind you that your worth is not tied to anyone's validation. Keep your head high, knowing that your purpose is greater than what anyone can diminish or define. Sometimes God will even use those experiences to protect you, redirecting you to better opportunities where your gifts will be recognized and your heart will be celebrated. You must guard your spirit against the lie that you are less than you truly are. Because the moment you internalize that lie, you risk dimming the very light that God has called you to shine. Stay grounded in the truth that your value is God-given, not man-made. Even if the world overlooks you, heaven never does. Your worth is secure, your purpose unshaken, and your value undeniable. Trust in that and never let the absence of appreciation make you doubt who you are. Sometimes when we find ourselves in situations where our worth is not recognized, it can feel discouraging and disheartening. Yet we must remember that these experiences are not without purpose. God is sovereign and his ways are higher than ours. There may be times when he allows you to go through seasons of being unappreciated as a form of protection, guiding you away from circumstances or people that do not align with the greater plans he has for you. Imagine being in a situation where you are constantly overlooked, where your efforts are met with silence, or where your contributions are taken for granted. It's easy to feel defeated in such moments. However, it's essential to recognize that God may be using this period of unappreciation to redirect your path towards something far greater. Just as a gardener prunes a tree to ensure it grows healthier and stronger, God may be pruning you, preparing you for new growth, new opportunities, and new relationships that will recognize and celebrate the fullness of who you are. Sometimes what seems like neglect from others is actually God's way of protecting your spirit. He sees the bigger picture and he knows what you need even when you don't. The pain of feeling unappreciated may serve as a catalyst for change in your life. It can push you to seek out environments that are more aligned with your worth, places where your gifts can thrive and where you can be fully seen and celebrated. Remember the story of Joseph in the Bible. He faced rejection and neglect from his brothers and was sold into slavery. Yet through those painful experiences, God was preparing him for a position of great authority and influence. What others intended for harm, God used for good. In the same way, your current struggles with feeling unappreciated can be part of a divine strategy. God is positioning you, refining you, and getting you ready for your next assignment, a place where you will be valued for who you are and the gifts you bring. Embrace the understanding that sometimes God's silence is a powerful statement of his love for you. He wants you to step away from situations that do not serve your purpose and to walk into spaces that recognize the treasure within you. Your time of being overlooked can lead you to your destiny, where your value is not just acknowledged but celebrated. Trust that in this divine orchestration, God is actively working behind the scenes for your good. He has a plan that far exceeds what you can see or understand in the moment. Be assured that you are in his hands. And as you walk away from what doesn't appreciate you, you are stepping into the fullness of what he has for you. The act of walking away from situations where you are not appreciated is not just a decision, it is a declaration of your self-worth. When you choose to distance yourself from environments that fail to acknowledge your value, you are making a powerful statement: I recognize my worth and I will not settle for less. This decision is a reflection of your faith in what God has placed within you. You see, walking away is not an act of defeat. It's an act of courage and strength. It requires you to confront the reality that you deserve more than indifference. You are stepping into a space where you prioritize your own well-being, acknowledging that you are worthy of love, respect, and appreciation. In a world that often tries to diminish our value, having the courage to walk away is an empowering choice that sets the stage for your growth. By making this choice, you are declaring that you refuse to be a mere spectator in your own life. You are worthy of environments that inspire you, encourage you, and celebrate you. God has designed you to thrive, to flourish, and to be surrounded by people who see your value and help you grow. When you walk away from situations that drain you, you are making room for healthier relationships and more positive influences to enter your life. You are choosing to create an atmosphere where your spirit can thrive, where your talents can be utilized, and where your heart can find joy. Moreover, walking away is an essential part of protecting your emotional and spiritual health. It is an acknowledgement that your mental well-being is just as important as your physical existence. Staying in an environment that doesn't value you can lead to feelings of bitterness, resentment, and even despair. It can rob you of your joy and steal the enthusiasm you once had for life. But when you take the step to leave, you are reclaiming your joy, your passion, and your purpose. This decision also opens up the opportunity for healing. By distancing yourself from toxicity, you give yourself the chance to recover, to reflect, and to rediscover who you are outside of that unappreciated space. It is in these moments of solitude and reflection that you can reconnect with God, seek His guidance, and understand the depth of your worth. Remember, God calls you to live abundantly, to experience life to the fullest, and to surround yourself with love and appreciation. When you choose to walk away, you are aligning yourself with that divine purpose. It's a step towards self-love, a commitment to your journey, and a testament to the greatness God has placed within you. As you make this choice, hold on to the truth that your future is bright and filled with possibilities that will be unlocked when you step away from the shadows and into the light of appreciation that God has prepared for you. Walking away from situations where you are not appreciated is not merely an act of distancing yourself. It is also an invitation for new opportunities and relationships that align with your true value. When you decide to leave behind those who fail to recognize your worth, you create space for God to introduce you to people and circumstances that celebrate who you are and what you bring to the table. This is not just about leaving, it's about stepping into the newness that awaits you. Think about the immense potential that lies within you, your unique gifts, your talents, and your purpose. When you remain in environments that overlook these qualities, you not only limit yourself, but also inhibit the flow of blessings that could be yours. God is waiting to open doors for you, but those doors often cannot be seen until you release what is holding you back. The moment you decide to walk away from the unappreciative crowd, you position yourself to discover opportunities that resonate with your spirit and your calling. Consider how many times in life God has placed the right people and opportunities in your path only for you to miss them because you were anchored to relationships or situations that did not value you. You cannot soar to new heights if you are tied down by the weight of unappreciation. When you choose to walk away, you free yourself from those weights and allow God to lift you toward the heights He has ordained for you. This decision also paves the way for relationships that are reciprocal and enriching. When you surround yourself with people who see your worth, you begin to enter a realm of mutual support, encouragement, and love. Imagine being in a community where your contributions are not only acknowledged but also celebrated. You'll find that your creativity flourishes, your passions ignite, and your purpose becomes clearer when you are surrounded by those who uplift you. Additionally, walking away from negativity is a step towards self-discovery. In leaving behind what no longer serves you, you open up the opportunity to explore new facets of your identity. You can embark on a journey of personal growth and understanding that leads to greater self-awareness and fulfillment. God has created you for more than just existing in spaces where you are taken for granted. He wants you to thrive, to evolve, and to become everything He has designed you to be. As you step into this new chapter, trust that God will guide your path. He is the ultimate orchestrator of your destiny, aligning you with opportunities that match your value. Every step you take away from unappreciation is a step toward divine connections and fulfilling experiences. Embrace the adventure that comes with letting go, knowing that God is preparing something special for you. You are moving toward a life filled with richness, purpose, and the recognition of your true worth, a life where you are not just seen, but celebrated for the incredible person you are. When you decide to walk away from environments that do not appreciate you, it is also a pivotal moment of empowerment and self-advocacy. This choice represents a clear understanding of your rights and your boundaries. It's a powerful reminder that you have the authority to determine who and what gets to be part of your life. You have the right to demand respect, to seek appreciation, and to be surrounded by those who elevate your spirit. In many cases, we find ourselves caught in the cycle of trying to prove our worth to others as if our value hinges on their acknowledgement. However, true empowerment comes from within. It begins with recognizing that you are deserving of kindness, support, and respect. Walking away is an assertion of this belief. It is saying, I will no longer allow myself to be in places where my worth is diminished. This shift in mindset is transformative. It places you in the driver's seat of your own life. Self-advocacy is not just about standing up for yourself. It's about understanding that you deserve to be in spaces where your gifts and contributions are celebrated. This recognition of self-worth encourages you to establish and communicate your boundaries effectively. When you recognize that your value should not be taken for granted, you start to define the kind of treatment you will accept from others. This empowers you to create healthier dynamics in your relationships, whether personal or professional. Moreover, advocating for yourself cultivates resilience. By choosing to walk away from negativity and unappreciation, you develop a deeper understanding of what it means to prioritize your well-being. This resilience is built on the foundation that you know your worth and refuse to settle for less. Each time you stand firm in this belief, you reinforce the notion that you are worthy of love and appreciation. The act of walking away also demonstrates to others how they should treat you. When you establish boundaries and uphold them, you send a clear message that you value yourself. This can encourage those around you to reflect on their behavior and recognize the importance of appreciating the people in their lives. In this way, your decision to walk away not only benefits you, but can also inspire a culture of respect and appreciation in your relationships. As you embrace this empowerment, remember that God is your ultimate advocate. He sees your heart, your struggles, and your efforts, and He wants to guide you toward the spaces where your worth is celebrated. He will provide you with the strength to stand firm and the courage to step away from what does not serve you. With every step you take away from unappreciation, you are moving closer to environments that nurture your spirit and recognize your value. By understanding that you have the power to shape your reality, you begin to attract the right people and opportunities into your life. This self-advocacy will lead you to connections that are meaningful and fulfilling, where you are valued for who you are. So let go of the weight of unappreciation and embrace the truth that you are worthy of the very best. Your journey is one of empowerment, and as you walk away, you are walking into a life that honors and celebrates the incredible person that God has created you to be. As you choose to walk away from situations where you are not appreciated, you must also understand that this act serves as a catalyst for personal growth and development. This journey of recognizing your worth and stepping away from negativity is not merely about severing ties. It is about embracing the opportunity to become a better version of yourself. When you let go of unappreciative environments, you create the space needed for introspection, healing, and ultimately transformation. When you leave behind relationships or situations that do not serve your best interests, you begin to reflect on what you truly want and need in your life. This period of introspection allows you to evaluate your experiences, your values, and your goals. You start to ask yourself important questions. What do I want from my relationships? How do I want to be treated? What do I deserve? These inquiries are pivotal in your journey towards self-discovery. They help you clarify your desires and establish the standards you wish to uphold moving forward. In this process, you'll likely uncover new insights about yourself. You may realize that you have been placing too much energy into trying to gain validation from others instead of recognizing the inherent value that God has instilled within you. Each moment spent in unappreciation can be reframed as an opportunity for growth, as a chance to build a stronger, more resilient self. You are not just walking away from unappreciation, you are walking toward a deeper understanding of your own capabilities and strengths. This journey also encourages you to set new goals and ambitions. When you let go of the weight of unappreciation, you open up to the possibility of pursuing new passions, interests, and dreams that align more closely with your true self. You may find the courage to explore areas that you have long neglected or ideas that have been sitting dormant in your heart. This growth is about expanding your horizons and nurturing your soul, cultivating the gifts that God has placed within you. Additionally, as you walk away, you will inevitably encounter new challenges that will further refine your character. Every obstacle you face becomes a lesson, a building block that strengthens your resolve and equips you for future endeavors. You learn to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and courage, knowing that you are worthy of overcoming adversity. This resilience will not only serve you well in your personal journey, but will also inspire those around you, demonstrating the power of walking away to grow into one's true potential. Moreover, as you embrace this growth, you'll attract relationships that reflect this newfound self-awareness. By valuing yourself, you'll naturally gravitate towards others who share this appreciation for themselves and others. You will cultivate connections that are rooted in mutual respect and support, relationships where you can thrive together. Your journey becomes a testament to the importance of surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift and encourage you rather than drain your spirit. Remember, walking away from unappreciation is not a sign of weakness. It is a declaration of strength and self-love. It is an acknowledgement that you are worthy of growth and transformation. God is with you on this journey, guiding you every step of the way as you cultivate a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. As you embrace this transformative process, know that you are stepping into a season of discovery, growth, and an unwavering belief in your worth. You are on the path to becoming all that God has called you to be. And this journey is just the beginning of a life that truly reflects your value. Walking away from unappreciation is also a vital step toward living authentically and embracing your true identity. When you remain in environments that fail to recognize your worth, you can easily lose sight of who you are and what you stand for. But when you choose to walk away, you begin the journey back to yourself. This journey is about shedding the layers of expectation and conformity that may have clouded your vision of your own identity. As you distance yourself from those who do not value you, you create the opportunity to reconnect with your true self, your passions, your dreams, and your unique qualities. You start to ask yourself important questions about what makes you feel alive, what brings you joy, and what you are truly passionate about. This self-exploration is essential because it allows you to realign with your purpose and values. God has created you with a specific identity and a divine purpose, and walking away from unappreciation is a courageous step toward discovering that purpose. This process also requires vulnerability. Embracing your authentic self means you must confront any fears or insecurities that may have held you back. It involves being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses and understanding that your worth is not contingent on others' opinions. You have to learn to appreciate yourself for who you are, independent of external validation. This self-acceptance is a powerful declaration of your identity and is foundational to living authentically. As you begin to embrace your true self, you'll find a profound sense of freedom. You'll feel liberated from the constraints of trying to please others or fit into molds that do not reflect who you are. This authenticity empowers you to express yourself freely and boldly, to share your ideas, your creativity, and your passions without fear of judgment. You become unshackled from the opinions of those who fail to appreciate you and are free to pursue the things that ignite your spirit. Furthermore, living authentically also means that you attract the right people into your life. When you are true to yourself, you create space for relationships built on genuine connection and mutual respect. You draw in individuals who resonate with your authenticity, who appreciate you for who you truly are rather than who they want you to be. These relationships will not only enrich your life, but also challenge you to grow and evolve as a person. Additionally, embracing your true identity encourages you to step into leadership roles in your community, workplace, or relationships. When you walk away from unappreciation, you become an example to others of what it means to live authentically. Your courage can inspire those around you to reflect on their own situations and encourage them to seek environments that honor their worth. You become a beacon of hope and empowerment for those who may feel stuck in unappreciative circumstances. As you walk this path toward authenticity, remember that God is guiding you. He knows the incredible potential within you and desires for you to live fully in that truth. Your journey toward authenticity is a testament to His love and plan for your life. As you embrace who you truly are, you are not just finding yourself, you are discovering the incredible purpose that God has designed for you. Each step you take in this journey is a step toward fulfilling the destiny that awaits you, a destiny that shines brightly when you live authentically. In closing, remember that walking away from unappreciation is not merely an act of leaving it, is a powerful declaration of your self-worth and a commitment to living authentically. It is about choosing to prioritize your well-being, embracing your true identity, and fostering relationships that celebrate and uplift you. God has instilled within you a unique value, and it is your responsibility to recognize and honor that worth. As you embark on this journey, trust in the path that unfolds before you. Every step away from negativity is a step toward your true purpose and potential. Surround yourself with those who recognize your gifts and contribute positively to your life. Embrace the growth that comes from this process, knowing that it will not only transform you, but will also inspire others to seek the same authenticity. Let your life be a testament to the power of self-love and the importance of advocating for yourself. By choosing to walk away from unappreciation, you are walking into a future filled with promise, fulfillment, and the abundant blessings that God has in store for you. Embrace this journey, for it is your time to shine, to thrive, and to become everything you were created to be.